Do you struggle with using a sewing machine? Or you feel nervous about using a sewing machine? Trust me, I have also been there. In this video, I'm going to be showing you easy, no fabric practice exercises that would help you feel comfortable, in control, and ready to use your sewing machine. The only material we're going to need for these exercises is your A4 paper. You can find the downloadable exercises in the description box below. Download and let's get started. So for this exercise, you do not need to thread your sewing machine. So you don't need to thread your needle or anything. Just have your needle on your sewing machine and we are good to go. So this exercise is to teach you how to be stable on the sewing machine, how to stabilize your hand on the sewing machine, and also how to sew straight lines on your sewing machine. So you're just practicing. It's just practice exercises before you actually get into sewing with actual fabric. So remember, do not thread your needle. We only need your needle, no thread. Unthread your sewing machine, and you need your paper. Let's begin. So you don't need to back tack. Just start your sewing machine and adjust your hand. Watch the lines. Make sure the needle is on the line. And just guide the paper through with your hands like this. And then you stop. Then you're done. So that's my first one on the line. I think you can see the needle holes on the line. So I'm going to do one more and then move on to the next one. Make sure your needle is aligned with the line, and then start. And then you guide your hand through, guide the paper using your hand, use your hand to guide the paper. It's going to take a few practice for you to get your hand straight, but trust me, this is a very, very good practice for you. So yeah, done. Then we'll take it out again, and then you can see this. So the second one I did is way better than the first one. And see on the back, just using only your needle. You don't need to thread your needle. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, so make sure you finish it. Make sure you finish all the lines on this sheet of paper, and then you move on to the next one. You do the same thing, go straight. So go from here all the way, do it all the way, and turn your paper, and this will give you enough practice time. Okay, that's the next paper, and then we'll move to the next one. So we're going to be practicing straight lines and pivoting. So you see what I mean by pivot. So we need to, whenever we're sewing, so if we start from let's say we start from sewing over here, right, and we'll sew down. You don't need to bring out your paper, cut your thread, and then you don't need to bring out your fabric, cut your thread, and then turn your paper, and then sew, and then do the same, cut your thread. You don't need to do all that. You can sew it with one continuous stitch. So you start from here, go, then you pivot. So pivot means you turn your paper, then your needle, and then you stitch, and then you pivot again, turn your paper again, and then you stitch all the way back to the beginning. So that's what I'm going to be showing you now. So we're going to be doing only one of these, and then you will practice the rest. So I'm starting from the top corner over here, and then go. Remember to guide your paper using your hand watch the lines. The best practice is to look at the lines before, so you're looking down, not at the needle. So stop. So one more stitch, stop. So stop, right? You stop your needle, then you lift up your needle. There's a lever here to lift up your foot. So on your sewing machine you have that thing that will help you, the lever that will help you lift up your foot. So I'm going to do this, lift up my foot, then I'm going to turn my paper, then I'm going to put it back down, then continue sewing to this point over here. Let me show you. I'm going to continue sewing to this point over here, then I would do the same thing again. So I've pivoted, stop again before it gets there. So my stitch is kind of longer than my paper, but don't worry. Then I stop there, lift up my foot again, pivot my paper, then put my needle down, then continue sewing, guiding my paper with my hands. Note that you know the way sewing machines are, I don't have enough space on this side right now, so it's kind of making my lines weird, but I've straightened my hand right now, so my needle is back on my line, and we're coming to the end of this pivoting, and we're back to, so stop your needle. Oops, so I went too fast, so I'm just gonna roll my needle back one more time. Lift up your lever, guide your paper, turn it, pivot, put it back, then yes, we're done. Usually if you were sewing on a fabric, you back tack, and then if you turn your paper, you can see this beautiful stitch. See this beautiful stitch. See this beautiful stitch. And so you're going to do the rest. You're going to do the rest on your own, and then in the next video I'll show you some other pivoting methods.